By now, you know exactly who Lori Schiller is for me. Not good. I began to ask questions about what's going on with my money. And she's got no answers for me.
Wendy Williams totally broke the oath, and barely anyone knows the real reason why. Back in her college days at Northeastern University in Boston, she wasn't just another student hustling through classes, she was already chasing the spotlight. Wendy landed a gig as a radio disc jockey for the campus station WRBB, and that's where everything started to change. Her very first interview, none other than hip-hop legend LL Cool J. That moment lit up her name and threw her straight into the mainstream. By 1990, Wendy Williams had leveled up. She got hired by WBLS as an overnight disc jockey. That late-night slot became her playground, and her name started buzzing all over the city. But what really got people talking was when she stirred the pot with rapper Eric Sermon. The story going around was wild. People said Eric Sermon and Wendy had a one-night thing, and after that, he kicked her out cold. Wendy didn't stay quiet, though. She jumped on the mic and blasted him on air, claiming Eric was giz old. That moment set the tone for who Wendy was gonna be: loud, bold, and unfiltered. Her gossip game went next level after that. As her audience grew, the station even sent someone to act as her handler, trying to keep her in check. But Wendy didn't care. She got back on the radio and dropped another bomb, exposing P. Diddy and causing such a scene that her handler ended up losing his job. By the early 2000s, Wendy Williams had officially become a household name. Everybody knew who she was. Her voice, her style, and her bold talk made her impossible to ignore. The media big shots saw her star power and handed her a show of her own called The Wendy Williams Experience. That move pushed her straight into mainstream TV, and soon after, she landed The Wendy Williams Show, her biggest spotlight yet. By 2012, Wendy had her eyes on something even bigger. She wanted to start her very own network. It looked like she was about to build an empire. But things took a shocking turn when, during a live broadcast, she suddenly passed out on air. By 2020, her health struggles had put all those big plans on pause, leaving fans stunned and worried. After that shocking live TV collapse, things only got messier for Wendy Williams. The moment went viral overnight. Clips were everywhere, and people couldn't stop talking about what really happened. Rumors started flying left and right, with some saying it was exhaustion, while others whispered it was something much deeper. Wendy tried to bounce back, but the public could tell something wasn't the same. Behind the scenes, her team was scrambling to keep the show together while Wendy's health battles grew harder to hide.
This is very unfair. Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have no answers regarding my money. Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo filed a guardianship petition because I want to know what's going on with my money, and Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have not any answers for me regarding what has happened with my money that I've worked so hard for all of my life, but particularly now, more than ever, because I don't know what has happened to my money.
Fans noticed her long breaks and sudden absences, and the gossip world started spinning with wild stories. By late 2020, her personal life had become just as public as her show, with headlines exposing drama, legal troubles, and questions about who was really in control of her career. Everyone wanted answers, but Wendy kept things quiet, leaving people guessing and speculating nonstop. As the years rolled on, the drama around Wendy Williams only got louder. Her fans were desperate for updates, but most of what they got came from shocking court documents and mysterious insiders. Reports started surfacing about financial troubles, guardianship battles, and people close to her fighting over control of her money and legacy. Every week, a new headline dropped, and it seemed like Wendy's life had turned into a real-life soap opera. Even without her talk show on air, Wendy's name stayed trending. Former friends, co-workers, and even family members began speaking out, some claiming they were protecting her, Others accused of using her. The public didn't know who to believe, but one thing was clear. Wendy Williams had gone from running the gossip scene to becoming the biggest story herself. The same fearless voice that once called everyone out was now at the center of all the chaos. By 2024, Wendy Williams' situation had turned heartbreaking, and the world couldn't look away. Reports surfaced that her health had taken a serious hit, with friends and insiders revealing she was struggling both physically and mentally. Photos began circulating online showing a much different Wendy than the confident host everyone once knew, and fans were torn between sadness and disbelief. People who had watched her rise to fame couldn't believe how fast everything changed. Meanwhile, documentaries and news specials started digging into her downfall, exposing behind-the-scenes drama that painted a messy picture of fame, money, and control. The spotlight that once made her a star had become a harsh glare she couldn't escape. Even through all the noise, supporters kept hoping Wendy would make a comeback, sending love and prayers her way. Her story had gone from glamorous success to a raw reminder of how heavy fame can really be. By 2025, talk about Wendy Williams hit a whole new level. Everyone wanted to know where she was, how she was doing, and who was really looking out for her. Her team stayed mostly silent, but whispers online suggested major behind-the-scenes tension. Some said people closest to her were still fighting for control of her assets and name. The mystery around her condition only made the public more curious, sparking non-stop debates on social media. Despite the chaos, one thing hasn't changed: Wendy's impact. Her legacy as one of the most fearless voices in entertainment still echoes across radio and TV. New hosts keep name-dropping her as the blueprint for speaking bold and unfiltered. Even though Wendy's not in the spotlight like before, her story continues to shake the industry. Fans are holding out hope that one day she'll reappear stronger than ever, ready to tell her side and remind everyone who the real queen of talk truly is.
And Bernie Young. Oh yes, you remember Bernie Young. Bernie Young and Laurie Schiller, I believe, are hand in hand working against me with regard to this situation. I believe this. And again, this is not good. And I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card, okay? And he hired lawyers to file a guardianship against me. Against me. Can you imagine that?
As time moves forward, Wendy Williams' story keeps unfolding like a wild movie, filled with fame, heartbreak, and survival. Even though she's been away from the cameras, her name still sparks conversations everywhere. From radio legends to new age influencers, everyone admits that Wendy changed the game forever. She wasn't afraid to ask the tough questions or stir up controversy when others played it safe. That bold energy made her unforgettable. Now, with everything she's been through, people are seeing a different side of her story, one that's real, vulnerable, and painfully human. Fans keep flooding social media with love, memories, and prayers, hoping she finds peace and healing. Whether she decides to return or stay behind the scenes, one thing's for sure: Wendy Williams' legacy is untouchable. Her voice shook the industry, her attitude made history, and her story will keep echoing for generations to come. Today, Wendy Williams stands as a symbol of both power and pain in the world of fame. Her journey, from dominating radio waves to ruling daytime TV, shows just how far ambition can take you and how fast it can all slip away. Every headline, every rumor, and every tear has built a story that's impossible to forget. Wendy's career might have slowed down, but her name still carries weight in every conversation about media legends. People still debate her choices, her feuds, and the controversies that made her a household name. Some call her reckless, others call her brave, but everyone agrees she changed entertainment forever. No matter how wild her story got, Wendy never lost that spark that made her unique. Whether she returns to the spotlight or not, her impact will always stay loud and unshakable, just like her voice that once ruled the airwaves with no fear. Wendy Williams had finally reached her breaking point with the industry. She was done playing by their rules. In a tense interview with Dr. A, Wendy revealed that she was pressured to tell her fans to go get that thing, but she refused to follow the crowd. That bold move went totally against the grain and sent shockwaves through the higher-ups who weren't happy about it at all. Soon after, everything in her life started spiraling. Her health declined, her husband and son distanced themselves, and suddenly a new handler appeared, taking full control of her finances. It was like Wendy's independence vanished right before everyone's eyes. No matter what really went down, one thing's certain. Wendy Williams' story is far from ordinary. She stood her ground when most would have folded, and that courage made her unforgettable. Her rise, her fall, and her fight for control will forever be a legend in pop culture history. If you found this story wild, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Let's talk about what you really think happened to Wendy Williams.